So next up we have Beyblade Evolution, which I think is like the first like Western released Beyblade game for the 3DS. I think. Again, don't quote me on that. I think. But this game is also regarded to be not very good by the general public and critics. So yeah, I remember seeing this on the shelf, and it came with the Beyblade, and I thought, oh, that's cool, but I wasn't into Beyblade anymore, so I didn't buy it. So, like, Beyblade was like such a passing fad. Like, I had Beyblades when I was a kid, but it was such a passing fad when I was a kid, so, like, if I saw Beyblade later on in life, I was like, meh. So this is another Metal Masters game, like, or Metal, it's called Metal Fight Beyblade in Japan. So this game is called Metal Fight Beyblade 4DX0G Ultimate Tournament in Japan. What a mouthful. But obviously in the West, it's just Beyblade Evolution. So it was developed by Sims and published by Rising Star Games in the West. So funny how... So if Rising Star Games published it, it means like no one else was interested in releasing it in the West. But Rising Stars were like, ah, I see an opportunity. I only really ever know Rising Stars. Rising Stars like 505 games. They only like publish games... Like, well, maybe not now. I don't think Rising Star is around anymore, but it might be. Let me have a look, actually. We'll click on that and just have a gander. I don't think they're around anymore. No, they are still around, kind of. They don't release that many games. Yeah, they don't really release that many games. 2021, it was Natsuki Chronicles. Never even heard of this. Shoot 'em up. Okay. For the PS4 and PC. With an anime girl on the cover, yeah, okay. And Harvest Moon One World in Europe. Okay, whatever. But yeah, so they are still around. Rising Star Games. Oh yeah, I forget. Rising Star Games are also the ones that published Deadly Premonition 2 on the Switch. My mistake. I did forget. But again, they kind of do just like weird games, I guess. Whereas like 505 has kind of gone beyond that. Like before 505 Game Street, they were always publishing like really weird games like the Simple series and stuff. Like games that no one else would want to publish, you know, kind of thing. That's how it felt anyway. But yeah, so this is the first Beyblade 3DS game, at least I think. So as always, as I've said in my previous videos when I've covered 3DS games, if I need to show you the bottom screen, I'll just flash it up just like so. But let's start and get into it. Please enter a street path. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. It comes up with a little box where you have to input the name. That's how the emulator works. No, do not activate Street Pass. It wouldn't work anyway. Bay Story Mode. Become the Beyblade Champion. Bay Battle Mode, where you can battle using your favorite settings or use local... Alright, so... and then we got the factory one, which allows you to build your Beyblade, I guess. Whatever. I just want to go into the battle mode. In case you're wondering, this is what I'm seeing on the bottom screen. It's just giving me a choice of clicking on which one. I just want to do the battle mode. I've got no interest in the Beyblade story. The whole entire point of me doing this is that I'm curious and looking at how the modern Beyblade games play into comparison to what I remember as a kid. And in the last couple of years, playing Beyblade Let It Rip, the Beyblade GameCube game, was it V-Battle, whatever the hell it's fucking called. That's the whole entire reason I wanted to look at these. It's the same reason why I quite a while ago looked at the Yu-Gi-Oh! Tag Force games on the PSP. Never had those games as a kid, but I was curious to see what they played like. And this is basically the reason for this video. I've got no interest in the story, no interest in looking at the story, because it's Beyblade, and it's Beyblade with new characters I don't really care about. And it was a passing fad for me, so there you go, I've explained it enough. At least in my opinion. So, from the settings database, Bay Story Mode or Street Pass, and then Survival. Alright, so I guess hopefully we can go into Data Battle. Select Player Beyblade. Settings Database. See if it will actually allow me to pick someone. Okay, so I think I only have one Beyblade. I like the model there, that was right. So we have one Beyblade we can pick and one opponent we can go up against. So has a stadium already selected. Oh, we have actually we do actually have two stadiums we can pick. We have the Battle Stadium and the Speed Stadium. Well, we'll go with the Speed because that was the default, as you can see on there, and we'll just start the battle and go for it. I don't know what it's going to be like, but it's going to be weird. It's going to be a weird experience, and pretty much guaranteed it's going to have some kind of... What? I want you to keep in mind, I had no clue what the fuck I was doing there. I somehow won, and I don't even know how I won. And that was so shit. I had no control over the fucking Beyblade. At least I don't think so. It's a bit difficult to say. So this is the bottom screen. Something about spirit and fucking functionality or something. I keep saying I'm a little late, but I'm guessing I'm playing as the one. I'm blue. And then red's dead again. My stamina keeps going, and I keep fucking... I don't know what's happening. I keep winning somehow, and I don't even know how I'm winning. What a weird Beyblade game. Like, so I want you to keep in mind, so this game is massively different to the previous one we looked at. I've got no control over the Beyblade. It just swings around the arena. Zero. I'm pressing on the D-pad. I'm moving the fucking mouse around, seeing if I've got, like, mouse with the, well, clicking down to the touchscreen like it would be the stylus, moving the stylus around on the screen. And nothing's happening. The Beyblade isn't, like, there's no change in the Beyblade's trajectory. It's just going around and around in circles. So the only interactivity I have is clicking this fucking stupid, like, look, all I have is clicking this stupid fucking spirit thing. What is this? I don't even know what this is. Like, what am I supposed to click on this? Like, my stamina is just massively more than the other dudes. And now my spirit's at, like, level 1. And he's dead. He's dead. He's fucking dead again. I don't even know how he's dead. But look, he's dead once again. Because even though I don't think I'm actually doing anything, and it keeps coming up a little late, I'm still somehow winning every time. Very strange. I'm not really understanding how this game works, really. And if I'm honest with you, I'm kind of already done with it. It's like, I know I haven't played much of this, but I have next to... I don't have... Okay, I don't have... I was going to say I have next to no control. I don't have control. I don't have any control whatsoever. At least that's how it feels. It feels like I don't have any control whatsoever over the Beyblade. Like, the opponent starts with less stamina every single time and just ends up losing automatically. I don't know what the spirit thing is, but either way, the spirit thing builds up slower for me than it does for my opponent. I don't even know what it does. It's a weird Beyblade game that makes no sense. And if the whole entire game plays like this, I can understand why people didn't like it. It's just another strange, weird Beyblade game that makes no sense. Like, is it that difficult? Like, with the DS, personally, how would you think you would make it? Or even with the 3DS, how would you think you would make a Beyblade game? You would have it so that your stylus would control where your Beyblade goes. Literally, you would have your right hand on the stylus controlling where your Beyblade goes, and you could do moves and whatnot with the touchscreen controls, and then the L button on the other side where your hand would be holding the controller. You'd maybe be able to use your thumb for the D-pad, so use the D-pad to select what attack you want to do and press the L button to trigger that attack. Boom! I've just given you controls that would work for fucking Beyblade on the DS and 3DS. Oh my fucking god, who would have thought? Bio coming out with controls that actually fucking work? Think about it for a second. Sit there, if you've got your DS, 3DS to hand, grab it and do the controls I've just mentioned. It would feel natural, wouldn't it? It would feel fucking natural. You telling me I came up with that on the spot, and that just is the first thing that comes to mind when I think, oh, those controls would work, at least in my opinion. And that took me all of 2 seconds to think of. And yet these guys are fucking about, have no clue how to make a Beyblade game for fucking DS and 3DS. It's just so strange. It's like they're stuck in a fucking glass box talking to themselves because they don't know what they're doing.
I don't know how to make Beyblade into 3DS and DS. Maybe we have no control. Player have no control and he simply just scream at 3DS and hope win.
I don't know. Alright, let's move on to the next 3DS Beyblade game, which is Beyblade Burst. Hopefully it'll be, I had a choice of going for Burst or Burst God, but I thought I'll go with Burst. It's in Japanese, so we're just gonna have to kind of wing it. But yeah, let's have a look at this and see how we get on, right? Yeah.